And I am back. All right, so let's see who. All right, I'm back now. This is much better because now it's like, I don't know, this last program was like a pause in between. It was crazy, man. It was super crazy. So that was me trying to use this program called Riverside. If anybody is stream, you know about Riverside. It's like StreamYard. Um, and all right, so we gotta wait for my people to come back in here. See who's coming back. And I got the chat up. And howdy. I just had a live open. I had to cancel. It was doing something weird, and I didn't like it at all. So I had to close that down, open up, just go back to good old YouTube. All right, so wait for everybody to come back in. So sorry about that, y'all. I couldn't deal with it. It was like pausing and freezing, and I was like, I got YouTube open and I got the Riverside open, and it just wasn't matching. It's like you got to sync with yourself. It's a weird feeling. TT. Okay, we back. You good now? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I had to get off that Riverside. I was trying something different. Riverside. Just want to try it out, see how they work with streaming, and it's not for me. That Riverside, Paul, you ever tried to use Riverside before for your streaming? Because I say I was gonna do more streams. I want to do more streams. It was starting to get good too. I was. Yep, can't stand. Okay, okay, I'm not the only one. Yeah, man, it kept freezing and pausing, and then it was a delay with YouTube, and it was weird looking at myself with all this delay. So it was just a very weird feeling. Okay, glad you're back. Yeah, I'm glad. Hey, thank you, man. Never heard of Riverside. Yeah, Riverside is like I put it in StreamYard, then Riverside popped up, and they had like a 14-day free trial on the Proverb. I gotta make sure I go back and cancel that because that thing is terrible. It's terrible. I wish YouTube had something like that where it can I don't know how to look into it. Yeah, Riverside is different. It's called Riverside FM. Yeah, it's different. All right, so I was talking about the I was talking to Doctor what's his name? C. Jones is the guy, the bald head that does peptides, have the clinic. So yeah, so basically we was going over just the way I take my Retta and the way I take my Zepbound. And so what led me to take both is that I wanted the fat burning effect of the Retta. That's it. I didn't want to do the stall anymore. I wanted the fat burning effect of Retta. And I got tired of the stalls. Because stall hit. I be hearing people on live now talking about the stalls. And I was doing everything right. I was lifting, I was eating clean. I eat super clean too. I don't cheat on my diet. I don't even call it a diet. I don't cheat on the way of life right now. Like I eat what I want to eat. I've been finding myself eating cereal lately. Like I don't know why. I just wanted a bowl of cereals, but I go to the store. I bought pretty much the keto cereal. Today I bought some Raisin Bran cereal because I ain't had Raisin Bran in so long. So I got that and got the Fairlife protein milk. That one bowl of cereal had 30 grams of protein in it. With the cereal plus the Fairlife, it came out to like 30 grams of protein, and that's why I be trying to hit. I be trying to hit my protein target. And sometimes just grab a chicken breast and eat that. So, yeah, so I got a lot of protein in today. Taking the GLP-1, you definitely want to make sure you get your protein in. And you got to try to get your protein in, but with the little things like milk. A lot of people don't think about milk, especially when you're making your protein shake. You can get like 25, 20 grams of protein for the protein powder, but also if you use Fairlife milk, then guess what? You get another 10 to 15 grams of protein from the milk alone that you put in a protein shake. So get your milk in there. I mean, get your protein in where you can. Like me, I did the cereal, made sure it was packed with protein because I'm trying to hit 160 to 180 grams of protein a day. And that's a lot of chicken breast. Sometimes I grill a whole, like I know on Friday, I grill a whole pack of chicken breast, and I just eat them. I just eat the chicken breast. Sometimes you eat the chicken breast by itself. Each chicken breast got 26 grams of protein in it. So I do two chicken breasts. That's over 50 grams of protein right there in one setting. And then a protein shake, that's another, what, 20, 30. 30 grams of protein. I do a scoop and a half, so really like 40 grams of protein. All right. So we're talking about the peptides with the Retta and the TERS, right? So what I noticed, let me tell you what I noticed when taking them together. Because we all deal with food noise, and because we've been on GLP-1s, we know what food noise is that constantly thought about food and what I'm gonna eat and what I'm gonna eat tomorrow, what I'm gonna eat the next day. And basically, when you mix the TERS with the Retta, the Retta just don't give you that same appetite suppressant. Like it might burn fat, and if you never had TERS before, I think Retta do a lot better if you just take Retta by itself. But if you ever took a Zepbound shot before, or probably even an Ozempic shot, and then you go and try to take Retta by itself, it's not going to hit the same, especially when you start off at a low dose. I know when I first started Retta, I started off at zero point 0.5 milligrams. Yeah, yeah. So instead of going up from 7 milligrams, 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound, I added zero point 0.5 milligrams of Retta to my 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound, and I took it on separate days. So that's what I'm saying. So instead of going up to that dose of 2.5 more of Zepbound to the 10 milligram, I stayed on my 7.5 and I took zero point 0.5 milligrams of Retta, and it worked. When I say it worked, I mean, well, you might say, how do I know it worked? One, the food noise went away because when on Zepbound, when you take it, normally we get around day 4 or 5, that food noise come back and you get hungry again. Well, when I took the Retta shot, it went right back away. It went away. It's like a little pop. So the food noise went away, and then the stall broke. Like the stall I was on, gone. Like I started dropping weight again, and it didn't take long. It was like 2 days later. I looked at the scale. I was going down, and like I liked the way it made me feel. I had zero side effects. I didn't feel no. I didn't feel nauseated. I didn't. I was looking for the heartbeat increase. Mm-mm. When I took that zero point 0.5, it didn't do nothing. Now, I would say the heart rate increase did happen, but it didn't happen on that zero point 0.5. It didn't happen until I went up in my dose. And the heart rate's increasing. Like I said, I wear Apple Watch all the time, and I watch my heart rate anyway. So when I went to the when I went on the up in dose of Retta, that's when a heart rate increase happened. And when I tell you it happened, it scared me when it first happened because it didn't go up. I mean, it didn't go up a lot. Like my heart rate is normally about 72, and it went up to like 78 and 80. I'm cool with that. Especially when you work out. If you work out, you use your heart rate going up and down anyway. And your heart rate do go up, it goes down fast because your body is in shape now. But my heart rate went from uh, a 72 up to like a 80. But it's only when I got up to like I was up to like 2 milligrams of retatrutide. I was up to 2 milligrams. I was still on my 7.5 of of Zepbound, and I went up to 2 milligrams of Retta. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't do it on the first try. When I first went up to 2 milligrams, I dropped my Zepbound down to 5 milligrams because I was like, you know what, I'm going up 2 milligrams. Let me drop my Zepbound down a little bit. So I got some fives in there. So I took a 5 milligram shot, which was perfect. And then I titrated up on my Retta to 2 milligrams. I went from zero point 0.5 Retta. I did zero point 0.5 for 2 weeks. Then I did 1 milligram for 2 weeks. And then I jumped from 1 milligram to 2 milligrams. And throughout all this time, you know, because I was trying to get up to 4 milligrams of Retta, because 4 milligrams is my sweet spot of Retta, just so you know. 4 milligrams is my goal. I'm not trying to go over 4 milligrams. I'm not trying to do like 8 milligrams or 10 milligrams of Retta. I'm cool with four. As long as I got four, I'm good. So what happened was when I went up to the 4 milligrams of Retta, well, I was on 2 milligrams of Retta. That's when the heart rate increased from like 72 to 80. And it didn't last that, I mean, it didn't last like forever. It only lasted for like a good about a day or so, and then it went away. And then it didn't happen no more. That was it. It only happens when you increase it. Like when I went up to the next dose, like I went from 2 milligrams to 3 milligrams, it happened again. And it happened for like a good one, like a day. It's not like that the whole time for me. It wasn't. It happened like that for like a day, day and a half. And then it went, my heart rate went back down to normal. Heart rate even lower, down to like 69. But when you first increase that dose, it can happen. For me, that's where it happened. But the effects I got from the Retta mixed with the Zepbound was amazing. You talking about? And I wasn't tired. I wasn't sleepy. I felt good. I didn't get no stomach cramp, no nausea. I didn't feel none of that. I felt plain. I felt normal. The only thing different was now I start losing more weight. When I said losing more weight, I wasn't going through those stalls that you normally get when you taking Zepbound by itself. Those stalls you normally get when you take Zepbound by itself had went away. Uh, oh, 1 second. So the stalls that you normally get when you take, let me say it one more time because my camera like went out. The stalls you get with Zepbound by itself went away. So I wasn't getting the stalls no more. Like the weight was dropping. I come down like a pound, 2 pounds. Next week I drop another pound. It was like it was clicking. And so the only I didn't see no like I said, I'm not sure why people think it's a bad idea to take them together because they want to, I guess, save their receptors or something. But I didn't experience that, and I've been doing both for now since man, it's been like at least 4 months. I've been doing them both together for about 4 months. 1 second, connection unstable. I'll probably get off Retta. I'm probably gonna stay on Zepbound. I'm gonna lower my dose on Zepbound since Zepbound is like appetite suppressant, and I don't really. I'm getting to the point that I'm not looking to lose no more weight. Like I said, I got 10 more pounds I'm trying to lose. That's it. Um. Oh yeah, definitely do your own research. Definitely do. I tell everyone, do your own research. Go out there and research and look it up, man. But I'll tell you one thing is that some people talking about the regaining of the weight once you stop the GLP-1. I'm not sure about that. I think if you build enough muscle mass, I don't think you got to worry about the regain. And if you get off the right way, like get off slowly, I wouldn't just jump off and just stop cold turkey. But my goal plan of getting off the rudder in the Zepbound, I'm gonna titrate the rudder down, and then I'm come completely off the rudder, and then I'm gonna slowly titrate the Zepbound down and come completely off the Zepbound. All right, and we talked about protein target. Like I said, like 160, 180 grams of protein a day. Um, what else? Exercise. All right, exercise. I exercise 3 to 4 times a week. So when I exercise 3 or 4 times a week, I go to the gym down the street from my house. I do treadmill. I probably walk for like 10 minutes. That's it. I did 10 minutes of cardio in, then I'm done. Most like I lift weights and I do full body every day. Like when I go, I do full body. I just do one exercise per muscle group and I go on. That way I'm not in there all day. And all right. Do you have any other what do you do every other week dose? No, no. I'd take both the same week. I don't do I'm not gonna do them every other week. I take like example, I would take Zepbound on Monday and take Retta on Thursday. So Monday I do my Zepbound shot. I always taking it on Monday. I keep it on that same day. And when Zepbound start to wane, which it start to wean off around about Thursday or Friday, I pop my Retta shot. And when I pop the Retta shot, my appetite suppressant go back up and everything works fine. I don't feel any kind of weird feeling or anything. Everything works great by me doing that. All right. So we had a question about Chloe. We talked about stalls. Mhm. I'll tell you one thing. One thing I don't like about this weight loss thing. Let me see what this. Well, one thing about weight loss so far that I have to adapt to is just shopping. Buying new clothes. When I first started this thing, I was in like a 4 or 5. I was like in a 4 and a 5X. Now I'm in an extra large. So you can imagine everything in my closet is way too big. Everything is too big. My waist size down to I'm like a 36 waist now. I want to get to a 34 though. That's why I said 10 more pounds. My waist size down to a 36. And when I started, my waist size was like a 44, 46. So I went from a 44, like a 44, 46 down to a 36 waist. And so it's like I can't fit nothing in my closet. Everything in my closet, I got like this is new. I have to rebuy it. I can't fit nothing. So it's all about it's a non-scale victory is to be able to go in those stores that you can walk through the mall, you couldn't shop at first, and now you can go in the store and fit everything in the store. That's a great non-scale victory right there when you can fit anything in the store and you can feel it. You can go in there and try on this shirt, and you know you're gonna fit this shirt. That's a damn good feeling. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of the best feelings ever. And then my kids look at me and say, "Dad, you look strong." I like that also. And and people see, hey, you look healthy now. So those are non-scale victories when it comes to weight loss. And with this GLP-1 journey, I'm so happy I did it, because I'm telling you, I was going to get that surgery. I was going to let them cut my stomach out. I'm not gonna lie, I was going to get it. I was going to get that gastric sleeve that was going to cut my stomach out, and I was cool with it. I'm so glad I did not get it. And everything worked out the way it's supposed to work out sometimes. So I'm happy I went with this route. And now, since I'm so close to my goal, now it's just about kicking in overdrive. My next stage, I say I want to build muscle. I'm trying to build a lot of muscle. And that's what I'm gonna be focused on starting next month. That's my goal. Well, I want to hit my lose these 10 more pounds first. And then, because when you build muscle, unfortunately, you got to gain some weight to build muscle. And then I'm gonna focus on muscle building and see, can I put about 10, 15 pounds of muscle on. And let's see. All right, y'all. And anybody got any more questions about peptides whatsoever? Anything about diet or anything? I'm gonna wrap this live up. Let y'all get on with y'all night. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. Yes, I agree. I'm down 95 pounds with journal. Oh yeah. And you know what? I'm be honest with you. 7.5 was one of the best dose. Period. Of you know on journal or Zepbound. 7.5 is just like, man. I want to go back down to 7.5. Because right now I'm on 10. I went to 10 of the. I'm on 10 of the Zepbound, and I want to go back down to the 7.5. And that, I think I want to titrate off when I want to titrate down to the 5 milligrams and be on that 5 milligram for a maintenance, and probably take that shot every 2 weeks. And that's with taking no Retta at all, just sticking with 5 milligrams of. I don't see nothing wrong with taking Zepbound for now on, because like they said, obesity is it's a disease. It's not something that I don't think is going to go away because we lose the weight like that. I think if we build a lot of muscle, it's going to be hard to come back because muscle eat fat. But I don't think I wonder how our bodies will act once we stop getting the medication and our blood sugar go back to normal or go back to the way it's set up to be. Like how long will it take for the body to learn this new habit of controlling our blood sugar when we eat? Like my A1C is perfect now, but I was pre-diabetic before this happened, but I was, 336 pounds also, so it's just something to think about, do a little experiment when I get off of it, find out. All right. And all right. No one got any more questions. I'm going to wrap this live up. Thank y'all so much for joining me. And I really appreciate y'all kicking it with me. All right. This thing. Hey, I'm gonna try to do it early in the day next time. My analytics said between 6 and 9, but I like to do some things off the record. Quick live. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have a good night.